The rough waters of the Gulf of Alaska are regular hunting grounds for fishing boats operating out of Sitka. We join them up the rugged coast of Chichagof Island. Fortunately, the wind is from aft, which makes a huge difference. It would have been much worse had we made this transit yesterday. These waters have many offshore rocks and reefs, producing breaking waves. We thread our way through many of them to reach our anchorage at Kimshan Cove. Where a couple of abandoned dwellings are described on the chart as ruins, although they look much better than that. The following morning, drone shots emphasized the immensity of our isolation. We make a brief expedition north through a maze of uninhabited islands. Note the deer watching us from the beach. Many trees are festooned with Methuselah's beard. Some navigation marks have succumbed to the extreme conditions. We encounter strong currents as we head for the abandoned mining village of Chichagof. The channel into the lagoon is shallow, and Christine again acts as lookout for underwater hazards. We anchor in the lagoon and arrange an expedition ashore. In 1938, this now abandoned village had over 200 inhabitants and was the site of a gold mine that produced more than $13 million worth of gold and $1 million worth of silver between 1905 and the late 1930s. It was founded when two young Indians made known the presence of gold in a local stream. There is not much left today other than some rusting equipment on the beach. A drone shot reveals the remains of buildings reclaimed by natural vegetation. Scott records his progress through the tangled undergrowth.
Oh yeah. Well, we found it. We found it. Oh, look at this old place. Wow. Okay.
This structure was clearly once a workshop. Mankind has left behind its usual mess, while nature does her best to draw a veil over it, in this case with a stand of foxgloves. Chris and Christine examine some abandoned equipment.
There's a plaque here, model serial International Harvester. Do not overload, it says.
Rated load 1.00.
The expedition returns to venture. We move on, first to Waterfall Cove and then to Falcon Arm. We pass the site of a landslide, which are very common in the Pacific Northwest. In this area, the number of dead trees is devastating. As mentioned in a previous video, these are probably yellow cedar, dying because a lack of snow has exposed their roots to freezing temperatures. They continue to stand 80 years after death, creating a chilling monument to their passing. The following day we continue south through the Gulf of Alaska, this time facing head seas. Once we reach Frederick Sound, we are passed by a whale-watching boat filled with hardy passengers. We pass a couple of massive cruise ships at the dock outside Sitka. This is our third visit to the town on this trip, and we spend just one night in Thompson Harbor to reprovision and pick up a replacement anchor chain sensor sent to us care of the Harbor Master's office. The following morning, we see that Mola Mola is still moored at Fisherman's Key as we head south once more down the west coast of Baranof Island. The clouds appear very ominous. But conditions look better further offshore. A strange phenomenon often seen in these waters is quantities of sea foam, apparently caused by skeletons of phytoplankton which break up the surface tension of the water, entrapping air and causing bubbles. It is not a form of pollution, but is spawned by stormy weather and nutrient-rich water, both in plentiful supply here. We do not see many pleasure boats in these waters, but we encounter another fishing boat. We turn into Necker Bay and drop the hook in another unique and remote anchorage.